Okay, so getting back to our scripting magic. I have loads of information for you all. Like, you should be thankful that I went into hermit mode because I've learned so much and I've come across so many beautiful spiritual individuals that have showed me so much more. And I know that I've been promising Confessions of a Light Worker for like years now, and and the thing is that it's taken time to really add everything that I want to add to this book. I want to share with you all someone that I found that I'm going to recommend that you buy her book, especially those of you that are like want to connect with your spiritual business. So let's see if I could. This is where I'm at. This is my Kindle. So I don't know if you can see it here. It's called Promote Your Spiritual Business. And because I do a lot of reviews now on Amazon, it's kind of like a side gig that I do. And what better than to review beautiful spiritual beings that are doing this amazing work and that I'm learning from. So Promote Your Spiritual Business is really, really good because it teaches you like the marketing aspect. And though I know some about marketing due to experience and so many years being on the computer. I've never gone to school for it. You know, I've never worked for a marketing company. What I know is kind of trial and error. So this author from Promote Your Spiritual Business, and let's see if I could go, I'm on 122. Let's see if I could show you. There it is. So her name is Vanessa Jones. And she's wonderful. She is wonderful. She teaches you so much. So I totally recommend her book. But there's something, and I'm not done with this book. Like you saw, I'm still on 122. So one thing that I want to share with you about I'm talking about Confessions of a Light Worker. And something she shared here. Light workers. And it's funny because she said it. She's like, it's funny. Nobody writes about this, but I hear this, because she's she's like a psychic too. She reads people. This is like what she does. And she talks to other, like-minded light workers that go through issues with like technology and the computer. And she's like, it's almost like there's this dark energy that doesn't want you to succeed. Like it is harder. Sorry, I'm shaking the table. It is harder for a light worker to succeed when it comes to spirituality and working as a spiritual person, especially when you're doing good. Because if you notice, and I'm like everywhere in this video, but I just want to give you guys so much information, and I will be writing about it. Like, go to my blog because I'm always writing different things. So the dark energy is very real. It's very real, and if anybody tells you that it's not, there's no way they have they haven't had situations with lower vibrational energies interfering in their life, in their work, in their everything. Because if you're a genuine light worker, if you're someone that lives at a different level, because I find myself that I live at a different click from everyone else. I see things that others do not see. I witness things that others do not witness. And it has been made more real for me in this past 6 months, especially now during this whole quarantine, is seeing the way people are reacting, the way people, through fear, when they live through this fearful energy, the hatred comes out, the anger, and what manipulates that. There are unseen forces at work here. If you don't believe it, fine. You don't have to listen to my channel. But if you believe it because you have experienced it, and as a light worker, I've noticed, and not just me, because like I said, shared you Vanessa's book. She's seen it. She talks about it, how it interferes with like when you're trying to write stuff, when you're trying to make videos. How many times, for those of you that have subscribed for me, that I tell you, oh my God, I've done this video like numerous times and it keeps turning off. Like, and it frustrates you because you're like, it's not going nowhere, you know? Or then you'll have, in my situation, that you will have, fearful people that send you hatred and negativity, and they threaten you. And then you become afraid, and the aspect is not fear like, oh my God, but it's fear of, I don't want trouble. I don't want someone to come hurt me because, they don't agree with me, because that's what fear does. That's what this unnatural circumstance does. Vanessa's book is really good because it teaches you great ideas on how to market yourself and your products and your spiritual work. And I totally recommend it if you want to expand your beautiful business. Once again, Etsy is doing good. Like, I remember when I first shared my first book back in like 2010 or 11, about how to become a successful psychic. Etsy was amazing. I used to make $5,000 a month from Etsy. It was awesome. I remember, and Sage Goddess is who she is today, of course, because she's one of those. She's just one of those goddess diva, she is fearless, and I'm sure she goes through her stuff like everybody else does. She has not allowed anything to like bring her down. I absolutely love Sage Goddess, but she was put on the map through Etsy, and she was smart. Spirit guided her to start her own web page and her own online shop, which is great because you cut off the middleman, And in my last book, I tell you, stay away from eBay. Those people are just horrific. So what I do now is, before I start any work, I connect with Archangel Michael. I invoke his essence and his energy. If you have read my Angel Magic book, it takes you on a voyage of clarity. Angel Magic, I know everybody wants to manifest money, and the last ritual is all about manifesting your prosperity. But the way the angels wrote that book, because I do these in auto writing, guided by angelic spirit, and the way they express to me the reason why those rituals are in that kind of order is because you need to be at a certain slate level in your life before you could actually manifest the things that you desire. If you're in an ugly place, if you're not happy, if your surroundings are just overwhelming, you could change that. That is kind of the past. Things that you've, connected with, lower vibrational energies that are playing in your life that you haven't been able to cleanse and clear. So Angel Magic takes you on beautiful rituals with, beautiful oils and candles, and just invoking all these amazing beings of light, because those are the angels that I work with. And it takes you on a journey of cleansing, protection, clearing, forgiveness, gratitude. And then the last one is, of course, the big, ritual so you could manifest. You have to follow your intuition, but you must also be very careful, because I have found myself, looking and searching and seeing like what's trending, and, I'm a researcher. I love to learn. I love to, connect and especially with spirit. But you have to be very careful, because especially now that there's a lot of dark energy. So you have to be aware of your surroundings, of what's going on. I recommend her. She's really good. Like I said, I'm still a 122, but she talks about the marketing, the business, and everything to teach you with your marketing, your spiritual business. Now, the next book I want to share with you is, you can see like my books, like you could tell I go back and forth. It's so funny, right? So this guy, he's a man. This book is pretty awesome, and I can't believe that I didn't find it until, sorry guys, until like now. And it's like, and like I tell you, synchronicity takes you to where you need to go at precise moment. So, this one is called Stray Tarot, and how to survive as a tarot reader. Now, he explains that he's already like pretty much retired, but he takes you on a voyage of his life as a tarot reader. Like that's what he did for a living. And it's funny because as I read his work, he is a tarot reader. Like you can tell that he knows, like he's psychic to a certain extent. Like we're all psychic, right? We all have our intuitive guidance. If we work on our intuition, we will evolve it. But some people are born mediums. Some people have that gift from the moment that they're born. They're just, can you learn it? Yes, of course. Just follow your intuition. Like you could be really good at it. He's really good at reading the tarot. He's really good at picking up the energies of people. It's probably an empath, even though I haven't heard him say that in the book. But he goes into, how to get like phone readings. So if you, especially if you want to be someone that does a lot of phone readings, as he made his living from that. He teaches you about festivals, about going to like spiritual shops to do readings, about having working with other readers. Like he's very detailed because this is his memoir of as a tarot reader. So I totally recommend this book for those of you that are seeking to evolve your psychic spiritual business. So those two books are great. And he talks about how he marketed himself, especially that his work is from like 80s and 90s or 90s, and the internet was very fresh. It wasn't like, phone lines were like, we still had landlines back then. So it's really nice to see all that stuff back then and still be able to use that in your life today. So that's really cool, and I totally recommend him. I haven't read the other ones. I didn't care too much for Leap of Faith. I think it's more like, I think we're coming out from that age that you don't need a PhD, you don't need a certificate to be, a spiritual successful business owner. You don't. Whoever, I feel like that was a market in the early 2000 new age when they were teaching you, these classes and these courses because people wanted to get into that. They wanted, if you wanted to like learn for yourself and stuff like that, it's great. But, a lot of people felt that they needed angel therapy certificate or a Reiki master, so they could say that they could do this and that or the other. I find that today you have like so many online courses that teach you anything that you need. I mean, YouTube is the best tool for learning whatever because there's so many people that come and share their beautiful knowledge and experiences. So I feel like we've come from we need some kind of certificate or diploma to say that you're good at something to, hey, I was born with this gift and I'm gonna wear it proudly. So don't feel that you need anything to do what it is that you want to do. I'm not gonna tell you not to research because I love to research. I love to take online classes and courses. I love all that. So yes, of course, expand yourself, but don't feel held back because you don't have a master's degree, because you're not doctor, whatever. With all that to say, my last video was about scripting. So I'm gonna leave it at that. More of this become a review for those of you that want to continue on your spiritual courses and read those books. Let me know what you think. They're on Amazon. If you have Kindle, I think some of them are one of the Kindle, what's it called? Prime, Kindle Prime. So you could, get them from your Kindle Prime library. So I recommend them. Let me know what you think. Comment below. Don't forget to subscribe and like and share my video. Please pin me. And I also have a successful psychic Pinterest now that I'm trying to build a community to kind of work together and expand. You have a blessed day.